faces, almost time for places. Thank you, 5.
5 minutes to places.
Thank you, 5.
So, Wally, do you remember your first artistic experience? I mean, the one that you had that made you go, yeah, I want to do this.
Oh, that's easy. It's 7th grade. Well, first, 3rd grade, I was a tree in a play.
A tree?
It was called The 3 Christmas Trees. And I was the smallest Christmas tree because I was the youngest kid in the class. And they chopped down the first 2 Christmas trees, but they saved me to come back in a few years and chop me down later. So I was spared. So I was the star.
Oh.
But then in 7th grade, I was such a proficient reader that in our language arts class, we did a reading of the play version of H.G. Wells' The Invisible Man. And I didn't even see the irony even then, when I was 11 years old, of being the only Black kid in the school, and the teacher gave me the role of the Invisible Man. And I had no idea of Ralph Ellison either.
Do you think she knew what she was doing when she gave
Oh yeah. In hindsight, being 2020, oh yeah, she knew exactly what she was doing. And I excelled. And the thing was, I mean, because this was a very dramatic role, because as the character stayed invisible longer, the longer he stayed invisible, the crazier he got. You know, and I gave them the crazy. You know, this is a kid who was doing Cheech and Chong impressions in 7th grade, you know, getting in all kind of trouble. So after we did that, the teacher, she pulled me to the side and she said, "Wally, you're an actor. You're an actor." And I'm like, oh, woo, yeah. So that's when I knew.
Wow.
She told me. The rest of the class told me too.
And you
I
felt
still
it?
hang out with them.
Really?
Yeah, we reunite every now and then down on the south side at Chupka's, because this school, I went to these 3 Catholic schools on the south side, and it was a consolidation. I went to this one school for 4th grade, another one for 5th grade, another one for 6th through 8th grade. And every time you changed the school, your buddies came with you. It's crazy. I never thought of nothing. Nobody. I don't know anybody that experienced anything like that.
Wow.
But that was just so cool. Yeah. So
you knew then in 7th grade that you wanted to be an actor.
Oh yeah.
Such a gift to know that early. And so, what has continued to inspire you? What inspires you to continue doing it after so long?
Oh, well, just seeing innovations, seeing new talent, seeing new vistas, new horizons, new peaks to ascend and conquer, because it just keeps coming, because it's the human experience. And when you're an actor, you really explore it. You really explore the human experience from a human's point of view. Well, most of us.
So people are your inspiration.
Yes, people, good people, bad people, misanthropic people, very popular, well-to-do, well-adjusted people. They're all a part of the palette that we draw from as artists, you know? So, oh yeah, people are my motivation. I couldn't imagine a world without people.
Being an invisible man.
Right. Totally excluded from it.
So what project are you longing to work on?
I tell you, it's been in the back of my mind for a while, but it just seemed kind of silly. But during this coronavirus, it's materializing more and more in my head with this, with people out there, you know, doing the Zoom things and that sort of thing, and just doing their own thing in their own little quarantine space. And you know how people do the lip syncing thing, right? Well, I want to sync up with the musicians. You know how like you can mouth the music, you can mouth the lyrics of the song. Well, I can act as though I'm playing the instruments because I'm real good at that. So I started with air guitar, long ago, and then air drums and air keyboards. I was in 2 plays where I had to play a piano player. I had to be a piano player, and the audience had to see my hands. And I'm like, how am I going to pull this off? And so I would just stay up. I played Lawrence Brown, who was the pianist for Paul Robeson, which I did with Don Marshall, the late, great Don Marshall.
Yeah.
And people thought, Chris Rawson, he thought that I was really playing the piano. He really thought
Wow.
that. Yeah, until somebody told him,
Mhm.
because he didn't know me at that time.
They broke the
And
potential.
yeah, so and then I do good air guitar and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. That's right, I played the piano there too. And every now and then when I would go up and down as though I'm acting, like I'm playing this piano, every now and then my fingers would accidentally hit a key, and it would be the right key. That's just so lucky for me, right?
You're that good. You're that good of an actor that you.
Yeah, I'm that good.
Wow. I did.
So I want to do videos. I want to do videos where I'm playing each instrument in a different character. I'll, color my beard or shave it off or put a wig on or put another hat on, and I'll be playing all the instruments. And I am a drummer, so that's how you really know, or you get the impression that the musicians that you're looking at on the screen actually are musicians. You watch that drummer. If that drummer's not right with it, then it's all fake. It's all this and that. So it's the drummer that sells that. And I did that in the Temptations movie. And so now I want to do that with and I want to do funny songs like Blue Oyster Cult, Godzilla, or some Jimi Hendrix, Foxy Lady, or, Men Without Hats. I don't care. I just do some really silly stuff and just on my own.
Yeah.
Just put them together. So yeah, that's one thing that I've really been longing to do. Other than that, the thing that I had been longing to do was make an audio book of a book by Martin Delany, which I just did. Hey, sweetheart, could you bring me that book, the audio book? Yeah. Hey, she's my assistant.
Your dresser.
Yeah.
Your wardrobe.
Yeah, I'm not abusive to her like Betty Davis does.
No, I don't get a wardrobe person. Where's my wardrobe person?
Yeah, there we go. See, it's in 4-volume audio book of Martin Delany's book. And look at this, Tam. It's 7 CDs, 7.5 hours of my life.
What?
All on an audio book, which is gonna be on Audible, but I'm trying to sell some copies that are made by me and signed and all that good stuff, and just like help history's flip side, because Martin Delany, history's always been my other passion other than theater. And with this Corona thing, I've been able to, just concentrate more on the more serious things in life.
I was gonna ask you about your barriers, like what's in the way of you doing your dream project, but it looks like you have surmounted your barriers.
I've made ways, like with a recording studio. I was able to contrive and save money by doing a very no frills recording of it. However, I had to start over twice after completing it.
Oh no.
Start over twice. And that third time, I'm like, I'm not gonna mess this up. Because just the slightest little fuzz in the audio, the slightest little background noise, it just kind of kills you.
Yeah.
Plus, by uploading this to Audible, people are already looking at having me narrate their stuff, their audio books.
Really?
And there's a wide market for that.
That's right. That is right. So
Speaking
you are
seriously,
breaking down your barriers. Well, so you've got your stuff going on. You got project after project. You are not short of ideas. That's pretty inspiring. Who are you inspired by? Whose work right now do you love? Who are you looking at
You know what, Tam? I'll tell you who I'm loving right now, because with this Corona thing, theater's been taking a real hit and people have been
Mhm.
very inactive. And I'll tell you, the people who I love are the people who are still active regardless. And that starts with Hallie Cohan Donner over there
Oh,
at Alumni.
alumni.
She is producing this show written by Sharon Flake called The Skin I'm In, and it's a bunch of talented kids.
So
And
talented.
it's by Sharon Flake, and it's under the direction of your buddy and mine, Miss Kim L.
Oh,
Okay,
Kim.
yeah. And they are at it. They were just having a rehearsal yesterday, so I'm told, and they are at it. They're about it. Hallie, Kim, and Sharon Flake, they are about this life.
Wow. On Zoom.
Yeah, I believe so. Is it on Zoom? Yeah, it's on Zoom.
Wow, that's so awesome. Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna look out for that.
heck yeah. That's what we got to do. We got to look out for each other, and get the word out. Oh, I like that. I like that.
Right,
It's very
Stella?
nice.
I
It's
know.
very nice.
My-
Very Vivian Lee.
All right.
Places.
All right.
Oh, thank you, places.
Places. It's showtime.
Showtime.
All right. See you out there on the boards, Wally. Have a good
All
show.
right. You too, Tam.